Hello, Dota 2 fans, and welcome to another installment of Dota Pit Season 2 group stage matches. This is a Group B match today between a couple of good teams that I'll reveal. It's a Sneaky Nyx Assassins versus Team Secret. Unfortunately, the game has been pushed back 15 minutes, so if you notice, I did update the time we are expecting the game to start. That's about 3:50 to 3:55 Eastern Daylight Time. So good afternoon to those of you joining me in the Americas, and good evening to those of you joining me in the Central European time zone. I am Maurice, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and we'll be back in around 15 minutes or so, and the game will be starting then. So we have a really good matchup today, guys. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Tuesday, October the 14th, and I will be back with you shortly. You can also check out the official Dota Pit stream over at twitch.tv/DotaPit and grab up the ticket. It is still available, and your quarter of your contribution will go towards the base $75,000 prize pool. Each bundle purchased will give 12.5% towards the prize pool for the players. So support the players, support the tournament. Got some really good teams, some really good Dota for you guys today and thereafter. We actually have a couple of games tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Check out my schedule here. We do have two games tomorrow. Double header for Denial Esports Dota. First up against Team Empire, second against VPP or Virtus Pro Polar, or formerly known as NVMI. The day after that, 2 days from now, we have VPP versus Empire. Very new and pretty strong Russian rivalry there. Then we have Evil Geniuses up against Fnatic as well 2 days from now. And 3 days from now, Tinker versus Fnatic, and Virtus Pro Vanilla versus Power Rangers. So a lot of good Dota for you guys. Purchase up this ticket. Still tons and tons of Dota to be played, so definitely check out the ticket. It is $10 on the Dota 2 Store. It comes with the Blackpool Lich set, so really good. As you can see in my graphic from courtesy of Liquipedia here, tons of best of twos still to be played in the group stages here. Very few have been played thus far. We've had 6 in Group B, as well as 8 in Group A. So still a lot of Dota to be played, plus the playoff bracket in which the semis and the finals will both be best of 5s. So tons of Dota to be played there. Definitely check out the Dota 2 store for your Dota Pit Season 2 ticket and contribute to the tournament as well as to the players, guys. Thanks again for your support and for joining me. I'm Maurice, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I will be back in just about 10 minutes for you guys to get the game going. So I'll be in the lobby as soon as I can, and I'll warp you guys right in with me. Thanks for joining me, guys. Be back soon. Hello, Dota 2 fans. Unfortunately, we have another announcement for you. Game going to be starting in around 45 minutes from now. We have a massive delay due to Dream League games that are currently being played by the teams in question. So, unfortunately, guys, are going to take around 40 minutes. Go grab yourself something to eat. I'll be back as soon as possible. And I will have the game once again. Group stage, Group B match. Team Secret versus Sneaky Nick's Assassin. So really good matchup today. Unfortunately, the bets are closed on D2L. I would have notified you that SNA is a crazy value bet, sitting at 10%. Obviously, it is warranted. The way Secret has been playing both of these teams that had their runs cut short at ESL1 New York, unfortunately. So SNA was eliminated by Cloud9. Secret was eliminated by Vici in the first and second round of the LAN finals, respectively. So these teams looking to exact revenge on one another, but certainly join me in 40 minutes or so, guys. I will have the cast for you if you prefer to stay with me. Otherwise, Mat Dota and Ryu will be casting over on twitch.tv/DotaPit. So thanks again, guys. I'll be back fairly soon. Grab yourself something to eat and get ready for the game, which promises to be a good one. Thanks again. I am Maurice Pleaser, a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and I'll see you in 40 minutes. Hello, Dota 2 fans. Sorry for the delay. Of course, Dota 2 Pit Season 2 is going to be underway pretty soon. Secret is actually joining the lobby, and of course, we are waiting for them and the Aces Rock Dream League to finish up. So hopefully we can get this done before the presumed time of 4:30 Eastern and, of course, 10:30 CEST. So I will get you guys in as soon as this lobby opens up here. Seems like Secret is ready to go, and that SNA has been waiting on them, of course, only giving IX Mike more fuel to rage about on Twitter. So we'll see what happens with that, but hopefully we can get this in soon, guys. Really good tournament, really good Dota for you. Be sure to check out the ticket on Dota 2 store. It is $9.99 USD, and it comes with the Blackpool Sorcerer set for the Lich King. So pretty damn good bundle it is. Of course, 12.5% of that bundle price goes towards the prize pool, which was at base $75,000. So really big jump from what Dota Pit Season 1 was able to do. So only getting better, only growing, only getting bigger is this tournament, guys. Definitely want to support it and support the teams. We have a lot of good teams, as you can see in the graphic, courtesy of Liquipedia, the likes of Tinker, VP, EG, PR, 4 anchors, of course, the new Fnatic squad, VPP, Empire, SNA, Secret, etc., etc., even C9 in there for you C9 fanboys like myself. So hopefully we can get this lobby up soon, guys, within the next 5 minutes or so, if not latest 4:30 Eastern Time, as well as 10:30 CEST. I'm Maurice, please, your resident Canadian Dota caster. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for your patience and your support, and hopefully we'll have this up for you soon. So I'll be back within a couple minutes as soon as the lobby opens up. Get that timer out of here. Let's get inside the game, boys. I am Maurice, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, and thank you for joining me for another edition of Dota Pit Season 2. This is the group stage, Group B matches. We've got Sneaky Nyx Assassins versus Team Secret. Really good matchup today. Sorry for the delay, guys. Once again, of course, had to wait for Aces Rock Dream League. Another tournament you definitely want to check out to finish there. But this is not Aces Rock. This is Dota Pit Season 2. And if you haven't already, pick up your ticket on the Dota 2 store for $9.89. 12.5% is going towards the base prize pool of $75,000. A lot of good Dota to be played. A lot of group stage matches left. A lot of course, playoff Dota single elimination bracket with the semis and the finals as best of fives. Once again, I'm Maurice, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. Thank you so much for joining me and for your support, guys. Appreciate all that you do. So we're going to get the draft underway here. Secret already eating into their reserve time. They're going to ban out the Sand King. So nothing in the way of early aggression with that Burrow Strike, and of course the catch-up potential with the Sandstorm into the jungle for that early 9-minute-ish blink. IO going to be banned out from SNA. Of course, IO Sven, something that Secret have run to great effect thus far with Kuro and Big Daddy on that Sven Wisp combo respectively. So Secret is a team that's been extremely versatile in terms of their drafting. Not really been able to predict them so much as I have other teams. Of course, SNA, a team very stable in their drafts. They like to run a lot of team fight oriented heroes like the Brew, the Razor, the DK on TC in the middle lane. Of course, very standard offlaners for IX Mike, generally with the Centaur, the Tide, the Bat Rider, things of that nature. So Centaur going to be banned out. And first pick TB. You don't think the meta be like it is, but it do. TB, first pick, very strong hero out for Kuroki here for Team Secret. Death Prophet ban coming out from Sneaky Nyx Assassins just before that pick. So we'll see what they look to respond with to this very strong late game hero. Secret is a team that I've seen quite a bit ball up, actually. So and look to fight early. They're very well synergized together in the team fight. So a little bit counterintuitive to their style is the Terrorblade. He's not a hero that's able to fight extremely early with his very small health pool early on in the game. However, if you get up Treads and Yasha with this hero, he doesn't look fat, but he is. Brewmaster going to be picked up, as I had mentioned, for SNA. And the Mirana going to follow up probably for either Whitebeard or Fluff and stuff, but we'll see if Ush looks to play this. Usually he plays a little bit more active heroes, I think, in the carry role. Ushbin is certainly a standout player here for SNA. So we'll see what the response is from Team Secret. Of course, they already have the big-ass TB here for Kuroki, so very scary for him. Perhaps they look to take this into the late game. Of course, this is a best of 2, as are all series in the round-robin group stages of Dota Pit Season 2. So we will have 2 games for you guys. So odds were about 90-10 in favor of course, Secret. So big-time value bet in the American squad. That is SNA. So if you put your rares down in there, even if they're able to win a game, you'll get that back. So let's hope for that for the underdog story. But Secret, of course, looking very good. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, both of these teams had their runs cut short at ESL 1 New York. SNA falling in the first round to SNE9, Secret in the second to Vici Gaming. So looking to exact revenge on one another are these two teams. Secret been playing quite a bit of Dota today, already in the Aces Rock Dream League. Not sure if SNA got anything done this morning, but they will pick up Net Gaming on Secret. Skywrath Mage is the second pick. Generally going to see that in a support role, probably played by Big Daddy. Generally, you see Puppy in the 5, and so unless they pick up something in the Skywrath, perhaps a Tusk, then you'll probably see Big Daddy on this Skywrath here. Legion Commander is the ban from Team Secret here, and Magnus going to be banned out from SNA, so they're going to deny up, of course, what is one of S4's signature heroes on that Magnus, and he's been able to do quite a bit of work in this patch. Not in LAN, but certainly in online tournaments with that Magnus, and it's a hero I really like to see with the big play potential of the Skewer and the RP. So Spectre ban coming up from Secret here. They're banning quite a bit of cores for what seems to be Ush at this point. C9 really the only team that runs Legion Commander in the offlane for Bone 7. So generally, other than that, you'll see her in a 1 or a 2. Being in the safe lane or the mid respectively, or perhaps even an aggro chai, but generally they're banning Ush's heroes here with the LC as well as the Spectre. So we'll see what the ban is from SNA here. They're into their reserve time as well. Got a lot of good Dota for you guys within the next couple days in terms of Dota pits. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Once again, I'm Maurice, please. You're a resident Canadian Dota caster. You can follow me at MRP_Dota on Twitch and Twitter. So we'll see what the ban is here. Eating quite a bit into their reserve time is SNA. Pretty wide open draft, having one support, and of course the one role TB here for Secret. Don't really see him run anywhere else, so we'll see what they look to ban. Perhaps a mid-roll ban once again for S4. He certainly is one of the playmakers, but as are pretty much every player on this team Secret. I think Secret and Team Tinkerino really solidifying the notion that you can throw together 5 all-star players in this Dota scene and do fairly well in your early days. Of course, it helps to be unpredictable, as Secret and more so, and Tinker even to an extent, are in their drafting, especially because of all the role swapping that went on early on. Of course, Secret was more stable in their roles. Puppy and Big Daddy definitely relegated to support right away, as they are very proficient in those roles. So but either way, we haven't seen big LAN wins, but we've seen some sheer dominance by Secret in Star Ladder, as well as Team Tinker, who are actually 1-2, if I'm not mistaken, in the standings for the EU-RU qualifiers for Star Ladder. So they've had very quick and consistent success, have both these sort of all-star lineups here. But we'll see how they fare, as Puppy mentioned in the ESL One New York interview after losing to Vici or after the first round win, I should say, that regardless of how long you've played and how much of a veteran you are in the scene, a new team is starting with a blank slate. So a lot of chemistry to be built, a lot of synergy to be built, and Darkseer are going to be picked up here for SNA, perhaps to deal with those TB illusions and to bring a few of them to the dark side with that replicate wall there. So wall of replica, I should say, for the Darkseer. So good pick into TB. Vacuum is going to help them to some extent so far, just for the clap and the Star Storm. But other than that, perhaps you'll just see IX Mike in the off lane with that Darkseer, trying to find some farm, if not XP. Of course, you can always find farm with the Iron Shell. Whether or not you can get into XP range is another question. After the Earthshaker ban from SNA, we do see Secret picking up the puck for S4 here. Very, very good hero for him. Hero that's going to help a lot with Terrorblade, as well as Skywrath with the control he provides from the Dream Coil, as well as Waning Rift, Silence. So if a Dream Coil snaps on a hero and Metamorphosis is up, even with one image, you can consider them dead basically at any point past 10 or so minutes in the game, where Terrorblade starts to become really, really scary. So Bane is going to be the pickup here from SNA. So Dota for Dummies, Bane Marana is picked up here for Whitebeard and Fluff and Stuff, presumably, as we have the Brew and the Darkseer. So it could be a one-roll Marana still. Probably will not. We'll see what the pickup is from Secret here and they respond with. So can definitely see an aggro try. Can definitely also see dual lanes here from SNA. But Darkseer, certainly a hero that does well early on, especially with the limited amount of disable early on from Secret. Of course, Dream Coil does provide a stun, but that doesn't come out till level 6. Puck's going to want to sit in lane, get his farm, get his bottle, get his blink, get his levels. And Skywrath, being a support with no disable, will only be able to concuss and seal up the Seer, who can probably get away in due time with the Surge. So Doom pickup here from Secret. This is a hero they've run a lot on Simba, aka a Fnatic Fly, if you guys aren't aware of that name change there. Big Daddy is No Tail, Simba is Fly. And they've run a lot of this Doom offlane with Simba. Certainly a hero that can soak XP and with the Devour catch up in terms of gold just fine. Simba aims to just survive in this lane and sometimes will rotate back to the jungle to devour up a creep or two, farm a camp or two, and recover his farm to the point where he builds up this kind of utility, Tranquil Blink, Shiva's build, even Ag sometimes on the Doom. So I presume this will be an offlane Doom. We're looking for the final support, and of course there is a Coddle ban, a hero that Puppy is very good on, and a lineup here from Secret that would really benefit from Shocker Magic. So they ban out a support, does SNA, so they are expecting the offlane Doom. I mentioned that Secret is pretty flexible with their drafts here, and that what I mean by that is they have a very large hero pool. But when they draft the heroes, it's pretty evident which roles that they will be playing in. So we can certainly see a 1-position Kuroki TB, as well as the 3-position Simba Doom, and the 2 S4 Puck here. So we will see probably Big Daddy, and of course the Coddle ban does mean that SNA is expecting a Puppy hero here from Secret. So the ban is Weaver, so they're banning Ush's hero here, expecting a support. Marana is Team Secret, and they will pick up the Naga for Ush here on the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. Of course, we can see a Marana in the 1 position, that net as a support, as well as the Riptide. That tri-lane is very potent there. Bane, Marana, Naga, Siren with the sleep into an arrow, and the net and the Riptide will do a hell of a lot of work. So still kind of open-ended here with this Naga Siren pick. We can still see a 1-position Marana. However, up versus a Terrorblade, as well as a Doom, you will probably see the Naga being a late game hero here. So they do have the Brewmaster, who wants to create space early and get fights done, and does sort of fall off towards the late game. I certainly know TC is a fan of the fighting build with the Vlads and the AC. He does build Ags here and there, but I don't feel like this is perhaps an Ags game unless they look to roll and put the Naga in a support role. So Lion is the final pickup here for Big Daddy. So actually Puppy going to be playing on the Skywrath Mage here. Net Diamond is for Puppy. And this is a really good hero, guys. If you didn't know, Mana Drain is able to pop Naga Siren illusions, and just illusions in general, of course. And Ush will be playing on the 1-position Naga, so we'll see how well they fare here with that. Lion is able at level 4 to Mana Drain every 5 seconds, I believe. So that's an illusion popped every 5 seconds, unfortunately, for Ush there of SNA. But we'll see how the lanes fare out from both teams. Both looking to get aggressive in the mid lane and transition into the late game. But we'll see if the roaming combo of Fluff and Stuff and Whitebeard is able to get something done here in the early game. Just waiting for S4 to pick up his hero here. Hopefully we don't have any DCs, of course. I know you guys had to bear through quite a long wait for this game to start. And thank you, of course, for staying with us here, guys. Get this crap out of here. I am Warriors, please. You're a resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. We will see KKY on the 1-position TB. S4 in the mid on his signature puck. Puppy is actually going towards the off lane on the Skywrath Mage, and it looks like we have Simba on the Doom in the safe lane, as well as Big Daddy on the 4-position. Sorry, I got my timer here from Google, guys, going off. Get that crap out of here. My apologies. On the 4-position line. So we'll see if we see a rotation down here from Puppy. Not sure if he can stay in this lane too long. He does have 4 tangos on him and in a ward, and that is about it. So it looks like there's perhaps willing to sack this lane or run duels here. So Kuroki is in the mid lane as we speak. Let me just introduce the side of Nyx. We've got Fluffs and Stuff on the 5-position Bane, Whitebeard on the 4 Marana, IX Mike on the 3 Darkseer, TC on the 2-position Brewmaster, and Ush on the 1. So it looks like Brew will be relegated to the safe lane to give Ush the mid lane farm and XP. And he might be up against Kuroki here. So matchup of the illusion carriers. Nice Arcana here for Kuroki. He looks pretty sweet on this Terrorblade. So it will see Puppy as well as S4 running dual lanes here is Secret. Looks like an aggro try with the Darkseer highlighted for Nyx here. Bring up the last hits denies. It looks like we did have a last hit here. Some de-warding done from No Tail / Big Daddy. So we'll check out the mid lane matchup. This should be favorable for Ush, if you ask me. Melee versus melee. Until the Metamorphosis is skilled, of course, and he does have the illusions to last hit with early. So does Kuroki, but without using Metamorphosis, those early illusions are not too good. We'll see if TC gets aggressed on here. Top lane looks like the lanes are pretty favorable for Secret, but they may get zoned out here bot lane from this Bane Marana duo. Kuroki already popping the Metamorphosis. Looks like he was forced to do so. Riptide drawn into him by Ush here. He looks to put a little harass into Ush. This Metamorphosis really helps out the last hits here. So you can see Kuroki picking up a couple there. Jaunt out from S4 in the top lane. Not much going on there. Looks like they're giving IX Mike quite a bit of farm in the bot lane, but Simba's doing well for himself as well, sitting on 3 last hits. IX Mike gonna cut the creep wave here, bottom. And the pulls are actually going on from the Dire side here in the jungle. We'll look to see. Pig Daddy does put a Hex into IX Mike, a Scorched Earth, and an Impale, and IX Mike overextending himself. He's able to surge away. Will Scorched Earth? No, one last right click. He salves up in time. Nice play by IX Mike. Will there be a return here? Nightmare goes out onto Big Daddy. Simba gonna take the arrow for his friend, and he'll make it out just fine. A nice play by Simba there to intercept that arrow and help his teammate to get out. Nice salve up by IX Mike, but just a little too greedy there with Big Daddy sitting at level 2, being that deep without his supports close enough nearby. Bounty Rune is bottom. Puppy securing a regen top, perhaps for Kuroki, perhaps for himself. Did Bottle come out here for Ush? It seems that it did, and unfortunately Big Daddy's going to be able to deny this rune or even pick it up before he even gets it. Regen sitting top. Puppy sitting in mid, still only at level 1. S4 found his level 3, as did TC. TC doing very poorly in terms of CS, though, only 3-0 on this Brewmaster in the safe lane. So dual lane aggression doing well up against the Brewmaster here. But as long as he doesn't die, he'll get that primal split up. It's unfortunate that this is going to hamper his blink timing here. Soul Ring comes out for IX Mike. He'll be able to do a lot more spamming in this bot lane. They're going to need a kill from this aggro try. Nyx will. With that 365 move speed, Fluff and Stuff able to get the Nightmare Arrow is going to land from Whitebeard, but there's just not enough follow-up in the face of the tower. There's a 2-man Impale here for Big Daddy, but he doesn't have mana. Ion Shell going to go out onto IX Mike. He'll take some harass from the tower, and he'll be just fine. Aggression deterred in the bot lane. Ush doing pretty well in mid, 11-1, up against the 14-5 of Kuroki's TB. And he'll actually miss a couple last hits under the tower. Clarity's popped from Fluff and Stuff as well as Whitebeard. We'll look to see where they rotate to. They do see Simba in the back as he cleans up that last creep there. Ush bottle crowing. He's got his bottle back on the way down. And it looks like a rotation, smoke rotation mid from Fluff as well as Whitebeard. Of course, Terrorblade very low health early game. But he will scout with an illusion. Very smart play by him. Fluff will still be fogged here, it seems. Yep, Fluff is still fogged. So Kuroki hasn't found him yet, but he is postured up in the trees and will seem to be safe for now. Simba is going to be caught out here. Fluff and Stuff rotating around the backside. Nope, goes the wrong way. And Simba will be just fine. Mirana here, Whitebeard going to pick up a Bounty Rune bottom. And they're going to go on Big Daddy here, knowing where Simba was. Nightmare comes out. Surge forward. Arrow's going to hit. That's a 5-second arrow. IX Mike with the Ion Shell. Cleaned up by Fluff and Stuff. First blood going the way of the sneaky Nyx Assassins. Looks like S4 rotates or gets aggressive on TC. He'll phase shift a little early, and TC will get a nice clap into him. So finally, the first kill does come out here. Nice little XP and gold bounty going the way of Nyx Assassins. Smart play by Fluff to get aggressive on Big Daddy as soon as they saw Simba rotate leftwards towards the medium camp area of the Radiant jungle behind their tier 1 in mid. So great play by them and not having to deal with the Scorched Earth and using their mana wisely. Clarities are now done for both Fluff and Whitebeard here, so we'll see if they look to bring stuff out. Bottle just brought out for Ush. Looks like he'll crow that back. Well, looks like he was the one lagging for a moment. So yeah, 2 viewers getting a prize for first blood. Congratulations to you guys. A really good tournament here, guys. A lot of good teams. So if you want those heroics, pick up the Dota Pit Season 2 ticket on the store. Of course, thank you to Sapphire, Sennheisen, Tesoro, Twitch, and AMD for bringing this tournament to us. And, of course, the organizers of Dota Pit. Really good Dota, some really good teams. As you saw in the graphic at the start of the cast, guys. Still a lot of great Dota to be played here. So, And I mean, there really haven't been much in the way of contribution. Only about 4,000 added to the prize pool thus far. So there is a lot of chance for heroics here. 12.5% of your $10 will go towards the prize pool. And in addition, you will pick up the Blackpool Sorcerer set for the Lich King. So definitely want to consider that. Arrow flies out, not going to be able to hit Simba. There was no mana for a Nightmare from Fluff and stuff here. They will find Big Daddy here. There is an Impale, but nice surge from IX Mike, going to get him away. IX Mike going to do some harassing with the Ion Shell. Impale goes into him, though, and with the Scorched Earth and the right clicks, will it be enough to bring down IX Mike? Simba going to finish him off here. Yes, one last right click. Arrow does go out and whiff onto Big Daddy, and they're going to chase deeper with another Impale here. Nice defensive Nightmare coming out from Fluff, and they will be able to disengage, but the dual lane of Nyx finding a kill here on the tri-lane, or sorry, of Secret finding a kill on the tri-lane of Nyx, and all the bounty going the way of the Doom is really going to hurt them there. Take a look at the net worth chart. He's still sitting at 5th, so not doing extremely well. Kuroki doing very well in mid, sitting at 31-5, up against the 26-1 of Ush, and putting quite a bit of harassment into the tower here with him, as well as an image of himself, metamorphosis. I was going to say metamorphosized, but not sure that that's quite a word. Ush going to look for the rune bottom lane. He will secure it at 6 minutes. He'll find a bounty rune and fill up his bottle there. Big Daddy rotating out a little bit late here. IX Mike does have 26 last hits to the 13 of Simba, but if you take a look at the net worth, they're about even after Simba got that kill onto him. Puppy sitting with an Invis rune top lane. He's going to soak experience from this pull here from TC, and TC going to look to do some last hitting underneath the tower here. So S4 going to get aggressive on him underneath the tower. He does have the cover of the units here, so TC will clean up a few last hits. He's sitting at 17-1 up against the 42-13 of S4, doing extremely well in this top lane, sitting on treads and 1100 gold. Almost 7 minutes in here. Little harass from Big Daddy out onto IX Mike. Engagement top lane. Waning Rift is going to whiff. Arrow goes out, but nice takeoff from the Nightwear from S4. Still going to hit on Puppy, though, and the Brain Sap going to clean him up from Fluff and stuff here. S4 going to get out quickly, promptly thereafter, but kill secured again for the roaming duo of the Bane Mirana, and of course we'll see a little bit of golden XP going the way of both Bane and the Mirana there. TC not really involved in that kill. So Kuroki still doing extremely well. S4 still doing extremely well in this mid lane. He's already got Poor Man's Shield, as well as, oh, and actually IX Mike falling to the dual lane. Sorry about missing that one, guys. Big Daddy gonna pick up the kill there. He's already sitting on Poor Man's Shield, though, and Aquila, as well as enough for treads here if you would like it. Got the Crow sitting back there for the bottle. Puppy here with level 2, only a concussive shot, and Arcane Bolt to his name. So he's doing pretty poorly. Take a look at the levels. He is sitting right at the bottom of the barrel there, but does seem like there's rotations here from Fluff and stuff. It's going to be a TP in. Timely enough, they will put the Nightmare out and coil on 2. Waning Rift from S4. Nice TPs in. They're going to clean up Bane real quick. Will Simba go down to the Ion Shell? He does. IX Mike will clean him up, and a nice face hit, but IX Mike will get a double kill with the Ion Shell. He'll surge out in time, jump in, clap split from TC. They'll pick up Puppy as well, and it's a 3-for-1 in the bot lane in the way of Nyx. Beautiful combo from S4. It's just not enough to clean up IX Mike. He was sitting at pretty tanky at 800 health, and they just didn't focus him enough, and the Ion Shell doing tons of work for him. Looks like he's going to pick up a Midas here. IX Mike is after that exchange bottom, and that's huge, being that S4 goes down there. That's going to stall his blink timing. He's only sitting at 700 gold. Arrow going to go out, going to whiff on Simba, and unfortunately the aggression there not available as the arrow didn't land, and he's sitting on 1,000 health. Really early in the game. Doom is one of the heroes early on in the game that is very good versus magic and a little bit weak versus physical. He's got low armor but a high base HP pool. So 3 heroes in the mid here. Prostrating behind Kuroki. We've got Big Daddy and Puppy here. So perhaps Ush gets a little aggressive knowing how low Kuroki is. He does have the Song of the Siren up, but if he walks up that hill, he'll walk into certain doom. 3 versus 2 bottom here. There are rotations coming over from Puppy. We'll see what TC does here. He's got 6 magic stick charges, and he'll walk around the corner just in time not to see Puppy there. and we'll walk back towards the safe lane, presumably. In the meantime, Fluff and Stuff picking up some farm, doing a double stack with a pull here on the Bane, trying to find his level 6. So that would be certainly useful. He's sitting at level 4, which is second to the bottom of the chart in terms of levels. Kuroki's still doing very well in the mid. This is the one worry here for Nyx in this early game. Take a look at the net worth chart. Of course, he's leading. Ush is not far behind, though, sitting on Aquila, boots, and 1,700 gold. So still 2,100 off of his relic here. Whitebeard doing well, sitting at level 5. Puppy trying to find some farm in the bot lane, only sitting on level 4. We'll have 3 soon. Big Daddy going to rotate up into the forest. He's going to find Nyx. Nice leap TP away, and that will be able to disjoint the Impale. Very nice play from Whitebeard there. Really heads up. No level death, of course, skilled early on from Simba. It's pretty poop ability on Doom early on, and the deny going to come bottom from Simba here, but a really nice play from Whitebeard. He's going to cause TP rotations over from Big Daddy as well as Simba, and going to get away. Doom is up here, though, as well as Finger, so smoke towards the mid lane. Ush is here with IX Mike. And perhaps they're a little far out, but they do have support coming in. IX Mike gonna be caught out here. Impale, Finger, no Doom needed, and a nice Hex. Oh, very nice Storm, and he's gonna. Oh, the sleep is a little bit too late there. The arrow a little off target from Whitebeard, but very nice Song of the Siren there. Not sure why I called it Static Storm from Ush. To save IX Mike there. Finger was expelled, which is a very long cooldown early, but Kuroki going to clean up the last hit on the mid T1 and even put some harass into Ush here. He's already got Blade of Alacrity up on his way, well on his way to his Yasha. Yep, he's about 550 gold from his Yasha here. Midas going to be picked up from Simba. So at this point, it's looking pretty scary for Nyx. They're going to have to get a lot done soon. 1,000 gold only up here on S4. So fortunately for them, that blink timing is going to be fairly late on this offlane puck. Albeit he was in a dual lane with Puppy for most of the duration of this early game. Almost level 6 here is Fluff and Stuff. Perhaps he's looking to just grab some experience. Waiting in the wings in the trees here. Of course, he's not seen as there's no ward here from. So if he does grab this Fiend's Grip, we can surely consider it a dead puck here. But he's not able to clean up his pick up his level 6, and a nice dodge from that scouting orb from Fluff and Stuff here. One more creep dies. He'll be able to, is he in range? He's well within range now. He'll be able to Fiend's Grip up, but there's a smoke rotation here. Very timely manner from Secret. Coil goes out. Nice split to avoid the orb from TC here. They're going to Cyclone up Simba as well as go on to S4. Moonlight Shadow pop. Fluff and Stuff in the background as well as Ush. Is there a Fiend's Grip? Long range Fiend's Grip. They're going to overlap it with the net here, and the Impale's going to hit on 2. Will they be able to clean up Simba? No, the split pops. Oh, but one last right click with that haste rune pop from Ush. S4 still in the trees here. 1-0 going the way of Nyx in the top lane. Will they find S4? They do not. But there will be an Impale on 2. Riptide goes out. Nice Hex onto TC here, but the net going to go out onto Big Daddy. He's going to fall as well. Whitebeard wrapping around from the bottom. Will they find S4? He actually rotates out onto Ush. They're going to find S4 as well. He's going to phase shift and jaunt into the trees. Arrow well placed by Whitebeard here. Why the hell is the shop open? And the Riptide from Ush going to finish them off. Excellent play from Whitebeard right towards that orb. Throws the arrow out. Stops the TP. 3-0 in the top lane. Doom, Puck, and Lion going down. Of course, only the Puck going to be showed for Nyx Assassins. They're going to look to take a tier 1 with this. All the meanwhile, though, Kuroki farming. He's got his Yasha and 1,200 gold up. But the blink timing has been stopped quite heavily for S4 on this Puck here. Great play by Whitebeard to get that arrow going. Nice wrap around from him from, of course, this newly added path in 6.82 to the secret shop. I believe he dropped there. Was a jaunt somewhere, so it looks like S4 just trying to, get out of base a little quicker without using his TP, which is currently on cooldown. So not too much warding in the way of both teams, just Radiant Jungle Ward here that's going to scout the rune for both sides, and so in that sense, we'll take a look at the graphs here. There is a little bit of a net worth advantage and a 2,000 experience advantage generated by Nyx, as one would expect as this early game has gone. Score is 8-3, 14 minutes in for the Nyx Assassins. Puppy trying to find level 7 in the bot lane. He does finally have that Mystic Flare Rune was picked up from Kuroki. He's going to farm up some Ancients. As you can see, only sitting on a Treads, Yasha, Aquila, and this hero is pretty damn good this early in the game. Actually, they're going to find Fluff in the bot lane, so it looks like Mista Flare was expelled, as well as the Dream Coil. So nice two-man pick-off there, clean pick-off. Yep, Dream Coil to use Waning Rift Orb, as well as the Mystic Flare onto Fluff. He actually did use the Fiend's Grip. So that's unfortunate for him. Not a long cooldown this early in the game, though. At any point, really, is Fiend's Grip very long. So he did try to set up a kill there for the rotating in Mike, but just a little early on the trigger, and he did get cleaned up by S4 as well as Big Daddy there in the bottom lane. So Kuroki still farming, sitting on the top of the net worth chart. Simba going to be catching up with that Midas Devour combo. That's also dangerous. TC and Whitebeard going to put some harass into the top lane here. There is a TP in from Big Daddy, as well as rotations over from Simba, as well as Kuroki. And they will back out promptly there after seeing the TP. Ush doing some farming here. He's finally got his Relic up and is not too far off Radiance. About 400 gold off of Radiance for him. So that's a really good news for Sneaky Nick's Assassins here. He's sitting just below Kuroki, so despite being involved in those fights, he's still been able to maintain parity in terms of net worth. 3-man smoke rotation from Secret. They're going to actually rotate away from the top lane, so good on TC to be hiding in the tree line there. They're not going to find anyone in this mid lane, but perhaps they do go through the jungle and find Ush. They're actually going to camp the Rune, and Hex going to go out first. Doom as well onto Ush. Finger, Mystic Flare, Impale, Doom, everything committed there for Ush. That's exactly the kill they wanted with that smoke rotation, though, and not successful. IX Mike going to be able to TP out in the face of S4 in the bot lane, but 1-0. Big experience change, 400 each. Of course, those bounties not yet to be nerfed. Jumped in, split though on the top lane onto Puppy. Boulder Smash going to go out onto him, and he'll get cleaned up from the split there from TC, and they will find a tower as well. So despite losing Ush, they do find a pick-off and a tower. So decent trade, but IX Mike actually going to fall in the mid lane to Kuroki of all heroes. Solo kill for him, and that is huge. Finding 1100 experience on this Terrorblade. Really big deal there for Nick. So losing the trade across the map in terms of losing IX Mike, losing Ush, getting a tower, and getting Puppy there. So unfortunate for them. Ush is still well on his way to his Relic, about the same he was before dying at this point. He'll put some harass into the bot lane. We'll clean up one creep before S4 finds him out. And S4 actually has very little mana, so he may look to use the sleep here. Riptide gonna come out. Yep, not phase shifted here. And one last right click with a crit from a big solo kill. That'll pick up his Radiance, and that's gonna be out soon. Huge kill here. S4 really, after a good early game, has still not been able to pick up his Blink, and he was right about at the gold there. That's a huge death for him. Probably sitting at around 2100 gold. How much did he lose for that death? 290, so he was just under enough for that Blink. Whitebeard as well as Fluff, the roaming combo, not using Fiend's Grip, going to be able to pick up Big Daddy in this top lane. Things going extremely well here for Nyx after losing Ush there. Puppy going to TP out on the high ground. Is there a vacuum here from Mike? No, he wasn't able to see him. About to cast it, but just a little too late from IX Mike here. Ush going to see Simba farming. He's got Riptide as well as Net here. Does it go out? He does, but he's worried about backup. And rightly so. The Doom was not available though on Simba, but he did pick up his Radiance. He's just gonna look to retreat and farm and compete with Kuroki here, sitting at 10,000 net worth. He's already got his Manta and 1800 gold up. Kuroki is really scary at 18 minutes into the game, and is certainly the one worry for Nyx, I should say. They do have the advantage of him not being a BKB builder in general. TC gonna posture up in the top lane to scare S4. Whitebeard is rotating in and Jaunt out, but Blink as well from S4, so he'll be just fine. Sorry, phase shift out, and Jaunt was not used. Blink backwards from S4 there to secure his safety. Ush has an Invis rune here, but he'll probably just burn down the wave in mid with the Radiance, and that's exactly what he does. So pretty stagnant mid game at this point. A lot of aggression early game. IX Mike in the bottom lane. Only him and Puppy there though, so not much gonna happen. We'll see to look if they push Mid here, towers are pretty much even. 2 for 1 in the favor of Nyx, but they have the off lane and the safe lane, whereas Secret have the mid tower, so a little more useful there. They do have their access point to Roche still. Does the dire side. Roche has totally been ignored this game. Neither team having an excellent Roche lineup. They're both pretty decent at it with some disable for both sides. 3-man smoke in the top lane. Whitebeard, Fluff, as well as TC. Don't think they were seen. They'll put up a ward here, but there's already a sentry. So that'll get dewarded soon, and it'll actually reveal the fact that they are smoked up. Big Daddy actually going to go and walk into Fluff, but he'll get the Hex off before the Nightmare, and he'll drop an Impale as well as a Finger Jump. Dream Coil on one. Nice brain tap from Fluff to keep him up, but the Arcane Bolt will clean him up. Split on the backside committed from TC. They will actually pick up Kuroki, the most important kill, and they'll get S4 here with the Radiance Burn as well as the Riptide. 2 for 1 in the mid lane, going the way of Nyx. They're getting 2 really high priority targets. 1500 experience going the way. Arrow going to fly. It's gonna just whiff on Big Daddy here. Nice play by Whitebeard. TC does have a blink clap here. There's no mana for Big Daddy. Few right clicks, a couple crits here. Nice hex by him, but the Radiance Burn of the Naga is gonna finish him off. Ush gonna grab the kill onto Big Daddy. 3 for 1 in the mid lane, as well as finding the kill onto Puppy by himself, but will get cleaned up by Simba. Even the Doom actually committed there. Certainly not necessary with the Scorched Earth, but definitely kill needing to be secured there. So as you can see, tons of experience going the way of Simba's Doom there, but losing Kuroki as well as S4 certainly not worth it. TC gonna blink out before putting this tower into deny range. Immediate phase shift from S4 to dodge any incoming arrows there, and he'll clean up the top lane. He finally does have his blink, so around a 20-minute blink came out for S4 here. He may have just had it before that and used it in the mid lane to try and save Kuroki, but died to that. Was following the Bane, who was initiated on by Big Daddy at that point. But certainly some important kills going the way of Nyx. And Ush doing extremely well. Almost has his Yasha up, about 500 gold away from that. But he has Travels and Radiance and Aquila up at this point in the game. Travels really good in this new meta. He'll actually travel to the bot lane with Ix Mike. Ion Shell, Riptide, Radiance Burn. Gonna finish off Simba. Big target there. Hopefully we get a fight recap to see how much experience went. They got 1490 experience. Volvo, please nerf experience bounties. It's crazy. After getting that solo kill onto Naga, returning right back to Ush. Concussive shot gonna go out onto Ush, as well as the Hex. A nice Silence Mystic Flare Impale combo, but the arrow actually gonna be disjointed by the Song of the Siren here. A little bit of a misplay from Ush, and Kuroki is waiting in the wings here. And they will be able to clean up Big Daddy, but Impale out onto Whitebeard. Nice vacuum from IX Mike, gonna clean up Big Daddy there. He's gonna surge out, and him and Ush will back off. Oh, really big miscommunication there from Nyx. If he lets the arrow hit rather than songing there, TC going to be harassed top lane, but he'll be able to TP out under the Dream Coil, and Ush will TP. As I was mentioning before, those boots of travel really effective in this new meta. Kuroki will finish up the tower mid lane with ease, and he'll be well on his way to a Scotty here with 1 ultimate orb as well as 2100 gold. But as I was mentioning, 50-second cooldown. Ush gonna pick up Puck in the top lane, that S4, but he's doomed up here. Will be able to run from the Doom and get the Moonlight Shadow off, but 1 level death here, not gonna matter. He'll tick out to the Doom here. Big kill going the way of Simba. However, they do find Kuroki in the mid lane with a split committed from TC. So overall, it's certainly a win for Nyx here. They lose Ush, who already has his Radiance and was almost at his Yasha, but they kill off Kuroki here, who was on his way to his Scotty. Fluff and Stuff in the bot lane trying to find level 10 here. He will do so, and he's got Whitebeard rotating down fairly soon. Roche completely ignored this game. He's having a good time relaxing in the pit. And as I mentioned earlier, no medallion pickups so far for either team. So there is a Midas here on Mike, as I had mentioned earlier, of course, as well on Simba. And Ags does come out for TC. So 23-minute Ags, Blink, treads, pretty good. Pretty good timing. He's sitting at 1-0-7, hasn't died. Very disciplined play from TC. Still needs 2 levels for that level 16, though. So they are looking for the control as opposed to this fighting build from the Brewmaster with the Vlad's AC. So TC does pick that up. I see him pick up, I said in the draft that he is a fan of the fighter build, but I do see him pick up the Ags much more than players like Sing Sing and even Fata. Never really see Fata pick up that Aghanim Scepter. S4 going to find a solo kill. Actually, no, he's with quite a few teammates, but they find Bane. Fluffenstuff's Bane in the bottom lane, and no one else is visible here, so no return is imminent from Nyx. 1200 experience going the way of himself, as well as Puppy here. No Mystic Flare needed there, of course, with the Ancient Seal and the magic damage kit from Puck. More than enough to clean up most heroes. Kuroki probably has another ultimate orb. Yep, he does have one. So he's just about enough for his Scotty. At this point, you will see the courier flying out to the secret shop as we speak. Whitebeard sitting in the bot lane. He does have vision of Simba. Going to be TPs in from Fluff and stuff here. But he does blink out, and Fluff is going to be scouted by the creep wave, so they will not be able to find anything there. Arrow going to fly out towards the creep wave here from Whitebeard. Not going to pick up much. Big Daddy going to deny the top lane, or off lane, tier 2. So a little bit of gold influx going the way of Nyx, but not what they want, of course. Ush is going to have some illusions, put some harass into this mid lane T1. And he might even take this into deny range here. Moonlight Shadow pop bottom. Phase shift. There's going to be a blink from S4, but haste used as well. Scouting arrows, not going to find him. He's in the trees here, but they do know where he is. Nice illusory orb as well as the phase shift. He's going to jaunt and TP out, and he will make it. Vacuum is a little bit late. Very nicely placed from IX Mike. Was correct, but he was able to TP out. Was S4. Moonlight Shadow wasted here. TC going to look to find a solo kill with his split, and of course the rotations that are possible from
Dire's top tower has fallen.
From his teammates here. A lot of sentry wards here. No observer ward. Actually, there is an observer ward here, so they are scouted out. Nyx is Kuroki going to clean up the safe lane T1 with his illusions. In the meantime, he's sitting at 14,000 net worth just behind us here. Radiant Spurn going to cancel blink. Nice blink in. Clap from TC. He's going to get silenced up from the waiting rift. Nice vacuum back. Phase shift jaunt. Great play by S4. He's going to get out in due time. But they will clean up a tower for free here. Kuroki, meanwhile, in the top lane with his fresh new Scotty. Popping the glyph here is Nyx to stop him from getting this tower here. Drunken Brawler going to go out into all 3 illusions from the Terrorblade, and that'll stall the push here. Bane going to find Puppy here. Jump in split from TC as well as the net onto Sema. Fiend's Grip even committed here. He's going to go down as well. 2 for 0 in the top lane, going the way of Nyx, and they stop their tower from actually ends up going down to the illusion of Kuroki. So unfortunate. They look for the kills there, and Kuroki finding more gold. He's just getting bigger and bigger. 2100 gold on Terrorblade. Manta Aquila treads. Scotty up for Kuroki. He's sitting at level 17. Take a look at the hero level. He is at the top of the chart. Of course, Ush has been a little more involved. Take a look at his KDA. He's 8, 3, and 5 up against the 1, 2, and 1 of Kuroki. Kuroki hasn't played this Terrorblade too much, but certainly a very, very capable carry player he is. So Manta is up now for Ush. He's got 1700 gold. In addition, we'll see to look to see if he goes perhaps Heart, perhaps Butterfly, maybe even AC on this hero. Big Daddy going to be caught out with a Song of the Siren here. Bottom, is there an arrow? There is. A nice drop from that song. 5-second arrow, Riptide, couple right clicks. Easy kill for Ush and Whitebeard here. But there are TPs into the bottom lane. Gust of Shot's going to go out onto Ush. Moonlight Shadow going to disjoint. Not going to disjoint that, but going to get him away to safety here. He's going to chase down Puppy with these illusions. And will the Radiant Spurn be able to finish off? It will. But Doom out from Simba here. Nice defensive Nightmare from Fluff and stuff. Arrow going to fly out as well. It's going to hit on Simba, but they won't be able to re-engage here. Will TC jump in on this one? Radiant Spurn here. No, he won't. Will Ush be able to get away? Yes, he will. He will not tick out to this Doom. One more tick, and he'll be just fine. 2800 gold for Ush, as well as that solo kill with the illusions, cleaning up Puppy there. He finds a small gold bounty there, so wasn't in XP range, of course, but 600 gold swing nonetheless. Puppy going to be a little lower, and of course level 18 up for Ush now, who's right on par with Kuroki. So despite the fact that Kuroki hasn't been involved much and been able to free farm and has been able to pick off towers on his own, Ush is keeping up with him extremely well. He's got 4300 gold now on this Terrorblade, so his next item will come out soon. We'll look at the item progression from the rest of the team. Looks like BKB going to come out fairly soon for TC. Whitebeard on the Mirana. does have his Orchid up. So really nice utility item there. Big Daddy and S4 looking for some kills in the jungle, of course, looking for Ush here, but they're not going to find him. Two-man smoke here. We'll be able to find Whitebeard as well as Kuroki here. They're looking to go on IX Mike, but Whitebeard going to pop the smoke here. Arrow going to fly out. It's going to hit on S4. Nice Orchid as well. Fiend's Grip onto Big Daddy. They're going to clean him up. Yule's up from S4. Starstorm a little too late. He'll find Fluff and stuff, so 2 for 1 in the top lane. Both Kuroki's kills there, but a nice Mystic Flare concussive shot. Jump in. Waiting Rift. Going to clean up the Mirana as well. Blink forward split from TC, but these Brewlings are taking too much damage right now. Boulder toss onto S4. One more right click is not enough. Phase shift here, and TC gonna have to back away. Jump forward. Will he spawn into the Brewling? No, not in time. He does go down. Song here, though, from Ush. He's actually the only one alive for Nyx. Won't be able to do much. Will send his illusions out to try and find another support kill, but will not do so. And a 4 for 1 in the top lane. Of course, the fight recap not showing enough there, but 4 for 1 in the top lane. And this is going to be threatening Rax here from Secret. Unfortunately, they don't have a creep wave, and Kuroki, you're fat, but not that fat. He does pop his mana here, though. That might be enough. Not with Ush, though, cleaning things up here. Arrow going to fly out, not going to hit anyone from Whitebeard. Moonlight Shadow going to be popped as well. Will they be able to chase down Kuroki? This will be a huge return kill. Net is up in 4 seconds. He does have an Conjure Image here. Will he use it? Net thrown out by Ush. He's going to back off, though. There's an arrow here. It does hit Kuroki. Point blank arrow from Ush. Nice Orchid. Starstorm going to finish off Kuroki here. Great play from Whitebeard. Shiva's going to finish off that Terrorblade Illusion. Big return kill going the way 2,300 experience going the way, as well as a 1,200 gold sling going the way of Nyx. Huge return kill, and Secret just overstaying their welcome here. There looks like they really threw that 4 for 1 kill in the top lane. Yules is up. Looks like we might see an Ags for S4 here. A little bit unusual, but Ags upgrade is pretty nice on this new coil. We will see Nyx go into the Roche pit with that Drunken Brawler up and the right clicks from Ush. He does have his heart up. Butterfly does come out here for Terrorblade. So it looks like the rat is real now for Team Secret with those butterfly illusions. Heart does come out for Ush here. Orchid, a jump up onto S4. Oh, the arrow gonna miss. Nice heals, but blink and clap. And the Dream Coil. Phase shift, orb, waning rift. Nice vacuum from IX Mike. One last right click from Whitebeard. They're gonna clean up Puck again. S4 having a really poor game here. Unfortunately for him, can't say it's misplays, just really well itemized from Whitebeard there, grabbing up that Orchid. And with all the disable and the magical burst, they're able to bring down this Puck with ease, who never really builds a BKB. BKB, or Aghanim's going to come out here for the Wall of Replica for IX Mike. So, yep, those are all three his. Really nice pickup there against the Terrorblade, as well as even the Doom and the other heroes to a smaller extent. But Whitebeard has 1,200 gold. Perhaps we'll finally be able to pick up Phase or Treads here. Gem does come out for Puppy, though. So he's going to look to do some dewarding. He's got his Force Staff up. Haven't talked much about him. Has been pretty underwhelming this game. Sitting at 3rd highest on the supports, though, just behind Whitebeard's Mirana, who's been really active and really successful all throughout the game. So he has found his farm. He will TP back after planting some aggressive wards here. Looks like a misclick. Actually, no, this one's about to go down. So nice aggressive secret shop ward. They're going to be able to see what Ush is able to pick up and itemize against him because of that, as well as see rotations toward the Roche pit. But Roche does go down to Nyx. Aegis is out, as well as 2,100 gold onto this Ush's Naga Siren. So we'll see what he looks to do. He's TPing top lane. TC is here, bottom lane. Toolkit used from S4. We'll see if they look to go in off that. Nope. Just going to blink out, worried about support behind S4 here. So perhaps a casual point booster for S4 right now. Perhaps an Aghanim's coming out fairly soon. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But as you can see, Ags extends the duration, as well as the break damage and the stun for Dream Coil. And I believe the stun also persists through BKB, although Naga, of course, not generally a BKB builder for Ush here. So TC will be building that, but it will be good against the Brewlings as well. Moonlight Shadow going to be popped top lane underneath. No vision coverage here, so perhaps they're able to find Simba. Is this roaming combo? They can run right into him with the Shadow, unlike a smoke here. So Blink out actually from Simba. Good game sense from him. He'll just devour a creep and get back. Looks like a 2-man smoke in the mid lane. But 4-man group up here from Secret. Haste going to be picked up by Puppey. He'll look to put a concussive shot into someone early on. Looks like they might find Ike's Mike here. TC as well is in the vicinity. But they'll be able to back up. Ush actually fighting up against one of Terrorblade's illusions. He should certainly be careful here with the Blink S4 pick ability. Blink forward, impale on one from Big Daddy. Nice Song of the Siren from Ush is going to set up things. 2-man clap for TC is available. Actually, he's going to split early. Replica going to put down. They're going to isolate Big Daddy and Puppey in the backlines. Clap out onto Big Daddy. Doom goes out onto Ush. Mystic Flare on 2. Is Ush going to fall here? He does have Aegis. Coil is on everyone. And Ush will fall from his Aegis here. Ike's Mike going to get cleaned up by an Arcane Bolt as well as a level death in the background. Ush going to pop here, but his Brewmaster is already down. He will Manta and get out promptly thereafter. So 2 for 2 in the top lane. Puck and Big Daddy going down. Arrow going to fly from Wiper. Not going to hit anyone. He's going to leap into certain death here. And actually he's going to drop a gem, which is going to be picked up by Simba here. Ush going to look to go out onto Simba though. Defensive Nightmare from Fluff and stuff. He'll try to get away here from last few right clicks. Nice brain sap there. But Kuroki's going to find him as well. In the meanwhile, Ush going to find Simba. And that's a gem on the deck here. Riptide, but a nice Sunder from Kuroki. He'll be able to clean up Ush as well. And Ultra Kill going the way of Kuroki. Very, very bad news for Nyx here, losing all 5. What do we got in the fight recap? Doesn't have quite all the kills there. It looked like a 4 for 5 overall. Certainly was. But the fight recap showcasing a 1,500 gold swing and a 1,200 experience swing in the way of Secret. Kuroki here, he's got his Manta, he's got another image in a few seconds. He'll be able to put a lot of damage into this T3. Doesn't actually use his Conjure image. He will use it a little bit late just to creep. Drunken Baller going to come out from TC. Going to deal with those illusions pretty well, as well as the Ion Shell and the Shiva's Guard from IX Mike here. So Ush will be back up soon. He's got 4k gold. We'll look to see what he does with it. However, after an Ultra Kill, Kuroki is soon to be 6 slotted on Terrorblade. We'll see what his next item choice is, whether it be AC, whether it be Heart. AC certainly does help with the Rat and the push. And so Diffusal Blade actually going to come out here from Ush. So not a bad pickup at all. Going to drop the mana of most heroes. Going to do a lot of extra damage to heroes like Puck as well as Lions and Skywrath, and perhaps going to purge up some of these illusions. So we'll see how he chooses to use those charges there. 6,500 gold onto Kuroki. Blink does come out actually for Whitebeard here. Interesting pickup for the Mirana. TP bottom from Ush. Does he have a song? He does, but not willing to go into them on the bot lane here. Fluff and Stuff is backing him up. He'll just push the wave out with his illusions. And he'll actually look to creep here. He's going to get caught out with a Hex from Big Daddy. There is a Blink forward and a Doom. Yep. Going to go out onto Ush. Impale, Mystic Flare. Exactly the kill they want for Secret. Fluff and Stuff going to get the fuck out of there. And he should be fine here. Arrow going to fly in. It's going to hit on Simba here. That's a 5-second arrow. There is a Fiend's Grip here, but they just don't have enough damage. And smart play by Fluff not going in on that one, as the entirety of Secret minus Kuroki was behind Simba. So Ush falling there, big deal here. He did just pick up his Diffusal and is more or less 6 slotted. Needs to get rid of that Aquila and pick up perhaps an AC or a Butterfly on this Naga Siren. Kuroki picks up the Demon Edge here, contemplating Rapier it seems. He'll pick up his bots beforehand though, so maybe he goes MKB anticipating the Butterfly pickup from Ush here. He'll sell his treads. He's got Boots of Travel on the Courier, so that'll be on the way to him very soon. And he does pick up an MKB here. So fully slick sodded is Terrorblade. They're going to want to go uphill with this item advantage here. Doom does have a BKB at this point, so that's really good for him. Still at 9 seconds, as well as his Ags. So they'll be looking to get into the face of Ush and keep that Doom duration continuing to refresh with that Aghanim's upgrade. Still a very good hero is Doom, even after the nerfs to his ultimate here. 5 seconds left on Arrow. There is a Blink Orchid here from Whitebeard, though. He has just a bit until level 16. There's Blink here from Simba on the side. They will jump in Hex onto TC. as well. They're going on. Impale goes out onto him. They're also going on Whitebeard on the left side. Whitebeard does die, but Annette gonna finish off Big Daddy here with the Radiant Spurn. Coil on 2. TC gonna pop his BKB, however. He's gonna clap and split onto Kuroki. IX Mike getting cleaned up here. Mystic Flare as well going out. Kuroki, nice Sunder onto Ush. Ush is really low. Are they able to clean up Kuroki? It doesn't look like it. Nice level death from Simba. Gonna finish off Ush in the background. 3 for 1 already in the way. Will Kuroki go down? He will, to a last right click from the Wind Panda of TC. Actually, Ush's Illusion Radiant Spurn gonna able to clean him up there. Blink out from TC. He'll disengage here. Drunken Brawler out onto S4. Orchid, Waning Rift onto 2 here. Buyback from Ush. One more right click from TC will not be enough. Earn is on S4 though. He won't be able to blink out. He does jaunt, however, and Brain Sap gonna be dodged. Nice phase shift from Fluff and Stuff, and actually a sleep use from Ush here. One last right click will clean up S4, and they won't get anyone else there. So buyback use from Ush. I'll take a look at the fight recap. Does end up being a 3 for 3 with a buyback used on Ush. World of spells used on both sides. Both BKB charges from TC and Simba used there. Kuroki does go down though, and you see that in the 8,300 gold swing, and immediately into Roche SNA goes here. Orchid up onto Roche. He's going to take some extra damage here. If they get the Aegis for Ush here, this will be worth the buyback, and they certainly will uncontested. Courier going to come in, perhaps pick up the Aquila from Ush here, so maybe look to sell that Ush at this point. We'll see what he does here. Aegis does go the way of Ush here. He'll TP directly into the mid lane and look to push this out a bit. Arrow going to fly bottom, not going to find anyone from Whitebeard here, so really good match here, guys. 41 minutes in. Score is 33-26 in favor of SNA. Thank you for joining me. I am Warriors, please. You're a resident Canadian Dota caster. This is Dota Pit Season 2. Group B, group stage matches with Sneaky Nyx Assassins versus Secret. They're going to go into the top lane. Nice dodge using his mirror image on that concussive shot. He's actually going to, almost clean him up with the defusal. Will the images chase down Puppy here? The Radiant Spur, no. And they won't go uphill. Unfortunate micro there from Ush. One more right click, though. Going to finish off Puppy here. He does clean him up. Coil on many. Arrow is going to hit on Big Daddy. They're going to clean up the line in mid lanes. 2 for 0 so far. Split has been committed. Will they find? They do Cyclone up. Simba here. He's going to get Orchided. He's going to get Fiend's Grip. Fu right clicks into him. They will cancel the Fiend's Grip with a Yules from S4. Waning Rift going to go out. Kuroki going to put some damage into TC. He'll clean him up. Ush going to get doomed up. That's just the Aegis though. Kuroki looking to put punishment in. He's going to be nightmared up. Arrow going to fly out. Nice dodge by S4, taking the Nightmare off. Riptide immediately used. Phase shift jaunt out from S4. They're going to look to retreat for the side of Nyx. Image used here, but Kuroki's got a few more right clicks into Ush uphill with the Arcane Bolt. He'll finish off Ush. And meanwhile, Ush will finish off Puppy once again with his illusions. But Kuroki going immediately into the top lane here. 3 for 4. No, 3 for 3 actually, but they get all the cores of Nyx here, and Kuroki is able to survive. Looks like Puppy did buy back there. Take a look. Yep. So actually, looks like a 3 plus a buyback for 3 there. Kuroki proving to be too fat, 6 slotted at this point though. 3,000 gold is out on Ush. He does have buyback in 3 minutes, so no buyback for him. Actually, no buyback for anyone on the Dire side. This will be a free lane of racks for Kuroki unless Fluff and Stuff can stop him. And yeah, Kuroki did only send an image in, so they'll clean him up. And actually nothing will be gained there from Secret. They do save their racks though. And so pretty even game at this point. They do pop the Aegis, so 3 for 3 plus an Aegis going the way of Secret there. They do lose a buyback on Puppy, but no big deal here. He wasn't really close to any item progression anyways. Roche is down for quite a bit still, and so pretty crazy late game here. Take a look at the item progression. We do have the Ags out for S4's Puck at this point, so that will be able to break spell immunity, of course, and increase the damage and the duration, and as well as the coil duration. So for S4 there, excuse me guys. 4 staff comes out for Big Daddy here. Look in the way of item progression. Anyone else? Shiva's is out for Simba or Fly here. Invisibility rune is in the top. Smoke rotation from 2 here. They know this is an image as their smoke has not popped here. We'll see if Fluff and Whitebeard are able to find anything. They'll actually put the invis on Bane so he can have his front foot forward and look for that Nightmare. But they won't find anyone. Even with the Moonlight Shadow popped here, really searching for Kuroki, farming up Ancients or something. But they do put a ward down here on the cliff, so that'll give them a lot of information as to what items are being picked up. Perhaps allow them to get a courier pick off. Rod of Aoi going to be built here from Puppy. He's got the casual Vit booster in his inventory. Eggs, Yule's Gem, Treads, Blink on S4, as well as 1600 gold. Of course, as we mentioned before, Kuroki is 6 slotted. Does he have anything on the courier? Doesn't seem so. He's got 3200 gold to his name. So he does have buyback, of course. Him and IX Mike are actually the only ones in the game who have buyback. Ush will have it in 58 seconds. So presumably for the next team fight, he will have that. Big Daddy did pick up his Force Staff. As I mentioned, he's got that full mobility build with the Force Staff as well as the Blink. Nightmare only onto an Illusion. Ghost Scepter is a really good pickup for Fluff here. That'll be able to keep him up, especially if he uses it prior to his Fiend's Grip, so that Terrorblade cannot bring him down. TC still at the same item progression he was at. 8-second BKB on him. Blink still there for Marana. Arrow's going to fly out towards the large camp. Not going to hit anyone here for Whitebeard, as most of Secret are huddled towards their Secret Shot. We'll take a look at the vision here for the Radiant side. It's really nothing much. Take a look at the Dire side. About the same. So no aggressive warding from either team here. Vlad's is going to be picked up for TC. That's a really nice pickup for his team. That'll be coming out soon here. Looks like we have Ush picking up a Scotty of his own. Interesting pickup for the Naga Siren here. That will be able to pick off Puppy and Big Daddy even more so than he was able to in the first place. Actually, a really nice item choice here from Ush. I like it. Knowing that there's an MKB on this Terrorblade, really pointless to go the Butterfly with his ability to bring down those illusions fairly quick with his MKB. So just getting the stats up is she's already sitting at 3100 HP. So push is assembled in the top lane here. Scotty is picked up from Ush here. He'll push out the bot wave with his illusions, and they will all TP back. So we'll see if they look to do anything here. Enfeeble going to go out onto Kuroki here from Fluff and stuff. He's going to pop his illusions though, and he's going to be able to drop this range rise real quick. Arrow's going to go out. It's going to whiff. Doom going to go out. Blink up from Simba. A Dream Coil onto 3. But the Sleep going to disjoint that from Ush here. Will they go on Kuroki? Will they go on Simba? We'll see what they do here. Moonlight Shadow pop probably thereafter. Arrow's going to whiff. Vacuum in onto Kuroki. He's cornered in. Diffusal Blade onto him as well. Oh, he gets a nice Sunder off, though, onto Ush. But Mystic Flare going to go out, and they're going to clean up Kuroki. That's the biggest kill here. 1-0 in the way of Nyx here. There might have been a buyback. Big Daddy really low, but he's able to get an Impale off. Blink out TP. Not going to find anyone else, but they do find the biggest target. And bots are up for Ush right now, so we'll look to see if he goes bot lane. He goes immediately to bot lane. Going to force the buyback out here from 2-0. They actually pick up S4 as well. He's going to force the buyback from Kuroki's Terrorblade here. Instant buyback from S4. Hex onto Ush. TP forward. Impale. Mystic Flare. Waning Rift. Illusory Orb. Dream Coil. Level Death. And the Shivas. Actually, the Arcane Bolt going to finish off Ush. So a little bit too aggressive from him, unfortunately, and that pretty much negates the fact that they kill Kuroki off. 3,000 experience almost going the way of the 4 heroes minus Kuroki on the side of Secret. So big misplay from Ush there. Unfortunate for SNA and for all you value bettors out there. Really good game here, guys. No, they don't force Kuroki to buy back. He'll still have that on cooldown. The buyback from Ush is down for 1,200 gold. It is off cooldown here. Buyback is available for Whitebeard and for TC in 650 gold here. So looks like they'll still be able to base defend, but unfortunately Ush getting a little bit too overzealous there. Perhaps should have gone in mid lane with his team and wouldn't have been punished. He does have Diffusal Blade level 2, is fully 6 slotted now on this Naga Siren. So him as well as Kuroki are fully 6 slotted and will both have buyback fairly soon. Still needing around 1,300 gold. Satanic actually does come out here for Kuroki's TB. So he drops. Did he drop his Manta? No. Perhaps he had an Aquila or something that I did not see. Yeah, so Kuroki gonna pick up a Satanic here. Definitely fully slick slotted at this point. They're gonna go into the mid lane with Ush down for 5 more seconds. Drunken Baller gonna be really effective in mitigating the damage done from these illusions. Jump forward, coil on 1 from S4. He is gonna snap it right away. Arrow's gonna go out onto this Terrorblade illusion, and they're gonna clean up those as well as put the illusions forward of Ush here. So they do stave off the push, having pretty much whiffed that coil on S4. And Roche is not up for another 2 minutes. So 2 minutes until Roshan spawns. Unfortunate for Seeker, they might have been able to go in there, but with the sleep, would have been very risky. Immediate smoke up here from Nyx. They will walk through the mid lane and look to find a pickoff, but will not be able to do so. Ush actually going to clean up this wave and pretty much let them know that he's smoked at this point. Unless they were unable to see that. He's got 1,300 gold. He needs another 400 till buyback. Perhaps that's what he does. He looks to farm that up. Again, we'll take a look at the vision here. Vision is a little bit better for the Dire side. They do have some aggressive wards in this high ground ward and this lane ward in the mid. There is the cliff ward here, as well as the cliff ward on the off lane for Secret. So they have some decent vision on both sides, but nothing to write home about really. They're not going to be able to find any valuable pickoffs from this. As you see, both teams farming the safer enemy jungles at this point, as opposed to their own jungle. Ush going to push out mid lane with his illusions. He might be able to even do some chip damage here. He'll TP back to base. Whitebeard going to have to do the same. He's got 3,900 gold. He'll TP back to base. Actually uses up his leap. Blink forward. Doom onto IX Mike as well as the Impale. Immediate sleep from Ush there. Nice discipline from TC not to use the split. Arrow going to go out. Actually going to whiff on Simba. So a little bit early on the trigger from Ush there. Nightmare onto the TB illusion just to stop him from pushing into the racks, and they'll be able to stave off the push here as Ush's illusions were doing work in the mid lane. 274 HP on this tower. They'll look to find some return kills here. Kuroki's TP'd out. Can they find Big Daddy or Puppy? It doesn't seem as so. Big Daddy using the Force Staff onto Puppy. Arrow gonna fly. Not gonna find anyone here from Whitebeard, and disengagement is successful from Team Secret. Ush is a little too late to the party here. He's got 2,400 gold. He's got buyback up. Take a look at the buyback status for everyone. Is only down for Puck, Big Daddy, and IX Mike. So the two offlaners don't have their buyback up. Puck a little more important than IX Mike, I would argue at this point, with that Aghanim's upgrade. But actually, Wall of Replica also Aghanim's upgrade. He's got a Ghost Scepter. He's got 3,300 gold and a